presence of the members of the defense team and the 4 accused persons.
On the 17th December 2013, I was in Numili Logistics, Numili Resorts. Around Numili there's a lot of shooting. Advancing to the hotel where I was staying. The owner of the hotel. Oh, okay. He was worried that the hotel will be overrun. And he requested James if he can send some soldiers to help. James responded, I don't have soldiers. They are all engaged. Then he even said, I'm also with Ezekiel here in my room. It was in the room where I was staying. I was advised that it would be good to rotate because they are looking for the Nuers, especially you. You are one of the targets, you Ezekiel. So the hotel has been very kind enough to rotate me different rooms from the 16, 15 night, 16. When James heard that I am there, still there, he asked the owner of the hotel, give me Ezekiel, let me talk to him. I talked to General James, and he said, Ezekiel, you need to get out of this hotel and go to the house of James, Ken. He asked me that we need to get out of the hotel. The situation is not good. You join those of Wia and Majak in the house of James and Paul for your safety. This is not going to be safe for me. Why don't you send soldiers to pick me up and take me to the house of King? 20, 30 minutes they arrived. 6 of them, they picked up Toyota. Well, I informed the hotel already that there would be some soldiers to come and pick me up, so let them in. When they arrived, I was sitting in front of the room. I waved at them to come. So they asked, where is Ezekiel? The forces came to me. Actually, a brother to Shen Shen, the bodyguard of General. He said, you are needed. Then I went with them, took my computer and my cell phones. Between Numili and Airport Plaza Hotel, the shooting started again. We stopped in the middle of the road. Kind enough to put a defensive position to protect me. In the house of Kim. He told me, Ezekiel, they are finishing us. They broke into the gate of PM and they are shooting the T-72. I say, hey, I'm coming to you. I'm on the road. They were immediately evacuated by the police to Bullock. And immediately when we were on the phone, he told me, yes, Ezekiel, they are evacuating us to Bullock. This is when I learned that they are being evacuated. The shooting subsided. My brother came and told me we can proceed. Drove to an airport and then to New Sudan Palace Hotel, and then we were trying to turn to the house of King. I told him no, they have evacuated them to Bullock. Bullock police station. I met everybody except Pagan, Secretary General of the SPL. Was there. General Majal was there. And those who are in Nairobi, we were all there. Then our Lord, John Luke Kosti, Nabudia, Dr. Maya, Dr. Chilim Rikam, 7 of them. processing unit. I think it's Maria, Dominic, from the police. Dominic is a good friend of mine. He was in the U.S. Maria and Dominic. Maria Labura and Dominic Day. Yeah, I think they are all Major Generals. What brought you here? Your name is not in the people who are requested to be arrested. I say yes. I'm being brought here to be protected, not to be arrested. Because they pull out the list of the people which was prepared by the Minister of Interior. These are the people to be arrested. Your name is not there. I didn't know I will end up being accused. I'm a member of the National Liberation Council. Before the agreement was signed, we used to have our witch parliament in Quebec. Our speaker was the Honorable Mathiang Rock. This is how we learn right honorable, what honorable. I'm a member of the SPLM. Mathiang Rock, Honorable Mathiang Rock. We used to call him the right honorable. The National Liberation Council was dissolved. Interim National Council, INC, was created. I was a member of that. In 2008, we had a National Convention in Juba here. I was elected member of the National Liberation Council. And I think there is no other convention where I could be defeated, and then from there the person who defeated me can replace me. Problems started in 2011, late 2011. Immediately after the independence. A meeting took place. I don't know exactly when, the day and the month, but toward the end of 2011. Between our President Salva Kiir, and the three former presidents, one of South Africa.
Oh, it's the end of 2011.
Yes. President of South Africa, former President of South Africa, Thabo Mbeki, former President of Burundi, Pierre Buyoya, former President of Nigeria, Babaka. And on our side, our President, current President Salva Kiir, Minister Deng Alawal, Minister Costi Manibe, Minister Dr. Chirino Itang for. It appeared, according to Deng Law and many others, that the President told President Mbeki that he is not going to be running in 2015 because he has delivered the people of South Sudan to the promised land and he is not going to run in 2015. Get to all of us, the SPLM leaders. I think Pagan referred to it in his statement. Many of us, all. It's not a secret, it is being discussed in many circles of the SPLM leadership. Because succession issues is a concern to every country in the world. Or not true? Was it discussed or not discussed? People are debating. Around February, March, not sure of the date, the current Chief of Staff, Gatkouth, was concerned about this. He proposed a meeting between President Salva, Vice President Machar, and himself, the three of them. In the evening. Meeting was James who opened it, saying that for the sake of harmony and the unity of our country, I want to know from the two of you. You, President, are you running? This is James asking the President. In 2015, because he was concerned about the unity of the people of South Sudan. The President responded, I did not decide yet if I'm going to run or not. Vice President Machar said, if this is the case, then there is no need to discuss further. Let us enjoy our dinner. The dinner of comrades. They went to their houses, the President and then in his house. News that the President is going to run or is not going to run. It did not stop there in that meeting. One guy came from Bentiu, 2012. J1 or office of the President, one of them. He did not tell me where, but it was the office of the President. With the President on two issues. One is to report on the developments in Bentiu as the governor, and the other one is this concern, the rumors that are flying around in Cuba that you are not running. This issue of my running or not running, I have not made up my mind yet. Aban proposed that it is very important to make up your mind when we discuss it. And I would propose we have somebody who can discuss this with me. I have advised Deng Mawen is the right person to discuss this with. Aban said, okay, that's good, I will discuss it all. Aban called me, Ezekiel, where are you? I'm in Numili Logistics, we'd like to go there and enjoy some stuff. I say, I'm in Numili. He said, okay, I'm coming there. Order me a sugar. Some doses. We sat in Numili, two of us. He informed me about the meeting between him and the president. And he proposed, I want you to be involved because I will always be in Bentiu. And I want you to continue with Northern when if I'm not around. He told me that he's actually about this Roma Sudan and Juba. In succession or running, not running. The president told me that he did not decide yet if he's going to run or not. But knowing Salva Kiir, and I have been working with Salva for a long time, I know him very well, he's running. And we are going to discuss it with Paul. How he can continue until 2020. He said that he's not running. I got to talk to him, I don't believe him. On the phone when he was coming, because Taban is very practical. He informed Tor what we have discussed, and him being the point person. So I told him, no, the president did not inform me yet, but I will go to him in the evening. Actually, he met Tor first, and then he came to me, and I met Tor in Nimili again. In the short 3 days, we have been discussing this issue. Introduction, there is no substance agreed yet. I went back to Bentiu. Juba. Will call me, did you meet Tor? I say, no, I'm calling him, he's not answering, I'm texting him, he's not texting me back. I don't know, something might be, he might be out of the country or not yet ready to discuss any further than what we have discussed already. On the phone. Continue to chat, Taban, I will get back to you. July, August 2012. That would be the way forward. One suggested that let us meet at Gatkouth and Thomas Growth. Now security, they will help us. Maintaining security is their responsibility and the stability of the country. This issue of thought, I think that is something that is not adding up. General Thomas was in the office of Gatkouth here, I don't know, close to I Jalab. Mataban Gatkouth is in somewhere around August, July, August 2012. Nabani started the meeting, briefing them on what he had been discussing with the president, and his contact was taught, and how I got involved, and suggesting to two of them that it is very important for you two to help us, because you are the eyes of the president. When it comes to national security. Even I went offline a bit. I told them it is very important for you to get involved, because you know why sometimes the CIA goes to Afghanistan, to Iran, to Iraq, to where, dealing with warlords, trying to maintain peace, and because peace in Afghanistan means peace in America. We need to really take this seriously. Maintaining peace in South Sudan is important. Sometimes we dismiss people in senior position who are not in the parliament. If you dismiss a minister and he's exiled in Kenya or in Uganda, he has nowhere to feed his children, he has nowhere to take his children to school, what do you expect of him? He will be vulnerable to any foreign agent. It is the responsibility of the government and the national security to maintain peace and continue to keep harmony, not disharmony. I told them this and they are around. Proposal. He said, yeah, Taban, your contact was taught. It's good, but it is not good enough. Tor is new to the SPLM. You discussing this with him, how is it going to be seen by your colleagues who have been with you in the bush? I would propose you go back to the president, and Nial Dengyal should be your counterpart. I have been thinking about this, exactly what you just said. This is a very good proposal. Let me go back to the president. I was about to express it when the President Salva proposed to meet, however, I kept it to myself. Discuss the same issues, and he proposed Nial Deng, then our law, Paul Mary Market. The President agreed to continue with this discussion. And he said, what about Riek? What is he proposing? He said, I will ask him. But for now, I'm proposing myself, because I know Riek very well. And I will add John Luke, York, and Guinness Cockroach. But in that meeting, Taban also told the president, no, you need to go continue until 2020. You need to actually talk to him. Taban called me away, normally came to me, informed me about this. And he said, I'm going to go with you to Riek Machar. I know Riek is in laws of ours. Sometimes he's very stubborn. You will help me. When I'm from Dikan, Apanar is here, Taban is from Dikan, Western Apanar, Riek married from Dikan, so we have this reunion done. More reunion. Angelina is from Dikan. He said, here is the proposal. And I talked to Nial already. Ajama, we need to have a peaceful transition. Nial agreed with me that in 2013, Sako will run as the chairman of the SPLM, Riek as his deputy. And in 2015, Salva will run as the President of the Republic, Riek as his deputy. In 2018, the next convention of the SPLM, Salva will step down as the chairman of the SPLM, Riek will take over the chairmanship of the SPLM, but Salva will continue for another 2 years until 2020. As the President of the Republic. That was how they discussed. Nial is around. Taban also, I think he has a phone. I don't know. You can call him. I say, how do we set this Riek? Will Riek accept? Taban said, this is why I want you to go. I say, how about Bagan and Nyandeng and Waniba? We will talk to them, these are our comrades. Peace is better. He was telling me a story that I told President Salva. This is election. If you're going to compete with Riek Machar in 2015, or even in 2013, if you defeat Riek, the world will say, Jana Mai Jam. If Riek defeated you, then Dinga has this concord. Will handle it in a very, I don't know, concord. How do you be patient? And this is the trends that we are heading. So the best is a transition. We went to Gambeja. We had a meeting in his house, 3 of us. Taban opened the topics. Summary, we proposed discussion with Tordeng Owen, discussion with Nialdeng, and many others, John Luke. So we're looking to a small project that he said he was delegated by the President to also discuss this. And Taban laid it out clearly. Same scenario that I was telling you. I supported Taban. Riek said, did you ask the president if he's interested or not to run in 2015? Our answer is not clear yet, but knowing something is running. Riek asked, did you agree on this proposal, all of you? The proposal of dissecting successions. Rahman said, you will send the proposal. You want your consent. Riek said, if this is the proposal, what is your opinion? I said, well, this is good if can maintain peace and stability. I have no problem with it. But there are certain things that we didn't need to do. Correcting ourselves as SPLM, governance, national issues, and how we can govern the country collectively. Riek said, if this is the proposal, okay, that's fine, I agree with it, but don't make it a Dinka Barghazal Noor dialogue. You include Wiaiden, you include Chirino Itango 4. Kosti came late when Chirino was out of the town. So it became Nialden, Paul Mayom, then Alor, Abande, John Luke Job, Koguraya, Wiaiden, Chirino Itango 4, and Kosti came late. This is the succession team as proposed by the two. I don't know, this is not a title, but this is the group. And their objective is to have a peaceful, stable country. There's nothing more than that. When I dropped out, became ordinary citizen again. From there, we continued consulting, meetings. Some meetings I will attend, some I will not. And that team proposed a meeting. It was March 2013 in J1. All of those I had mentioned, they were there, plus the top 4. President, deputy, 2 deputies, the SPLM chairman and the 2 deputies, plus the Secretary General of the SPLM. Imagine J1 plus the 9 that I have mentioned. I was not there. And in that meeting, I think, the agenda was this SPLM problems and succession issues. We discussed it from 11 to 7:30, 11 a.m. to 7:30 evening. I think this was the last supper. They never met again. It was March 2013. Me and Daban, we went to America. Daban liked farming. He asked me if there is a place where I can go and told him in Midwest, this is where they do planting of maize, corn. We were facilitated by a good friend of ours to go and visit his in-laws farm, Dr. Brian De Silva, a good friend of South Sudan. We flew to Washington. Then we went to Midwest. Two different farms. From Midwest, we flew back to Washington. Washington to Australia. We went and saw another farm in Australia, where the land is almost similar to South Sudan. The one I was standing. When we came back before Sakaban went to Bentu, he had a meeting with the president. In that meeting, the president asked him that I got a report from the national security. You went and met Ambassador Susan Rice in New York, and you have discussed certain issues against me with the ambassador of the United States of America. I asked him, did you get this report from where? He said, from the national security. He said, Mr. President, in front of God, I don't know this lady called Susan. I saw her on TV only. Never met her.
The report what?
Huh?
President was asking about the report was containing what?
It is actually us meeting Ambassador of the United States of America in New York, Susan Rice, that we have discussed certain things against the president with her. This is the report. Or in the name of Almighty God. I don't know this woman. I never met her. I just only saw her on TV. I think the president was disturbed about the report. He was not happy with Taban. Taban came out. He called me. That is the case I went. I don't know. Come to New Sudan of that. Went to New Sudan of that. He informed me about this report. And I said, Ya Salam, Ya Jamana, these people are not friends. National security. They can just confirm this report from the embassy here before they submitted it to the president. Your ambassador, Your Excellency. Our governor met your ambassador in New York and our former ambassador to New York, to Washington. This issue of public meetings in the US, they are not secret. Simple as that. They can just code before you misled the president. They're writing a report like this, damaging even our relation with the United States of America. I don't know if this report reaches the United States of America. It is not going to be good for us. These people, there is a problem. This is difficult. Project Batana is destroyed. If this is the national security behavior, it's all gonna it's finished. Who report this? Thomas Gold. Because it is his branch. General Intelligence Bureau. But it has nothing to do with internal security. what we are trying to do as leaders of the SPLM is being watered down. In a state of creating harmony and stability, there are people who are working to divide the leaders, blackmailing them, reporting false reports. Not only these reports, we are from South Sudan. I have relatives everywhere. Pagan, we are with the head of the National Security, Minister of National Security. My dad, and they don't pass them to the Minister of National Security. If this is the behavior, there's nothing we can do about it. Because we are trying to help the President and the leadership of the SPLM and the people of South Sudan. And I can swear in the name of God, Taban was insisting that the President should continue as the President of the Republic. But some people are actually giving an impression that Taban is working to bring Riek Machar. Some people who are from this place, Gatkouth. The behavior that they used to have in Khartoum, by betraying their own colleagues and betraying their own brothers and going to Bashir worshiping, this is the same behavior. Flattering around. Bang, bang. Our president is, we know him. Sympathy. When I was ambassador to Washington, when he comes and I organize his meetings, he will say, yeah, Ezekiel, these meetings are many. I'm not a machine. And I have only 3 days here. I will tell him, Your Excellency, you have only 3 days here, and everybody wanted to see you, or wanted to touch you, wanted to meet you. And I will be the one to deal with it after you left. Please give me a chance. Let them see you. From the State Department, from the White House, from the Pentagon, from the Congress, civil society. Then we go to New York, all the UN agencies. And you will never argue. You will say, okay, let us do it for the sake of our country. They are all human beings. If you get negative reports daily, the outcome will be negative. If you get positive report daily, the outcome will be positive. In this process, we were trying to help to team up with the national security and then all the leaders of the SPLM. But it happens that we are not listening to ourselves. In eastern Nuer, where I'm from, eastern Upper Nile, Ulam, Nasser, Yonuchit, Maiwood, we like to enjoy roasted maize. Mind up. When you are in the bank of the Sobat River, you roasted them. 10, 20 of you or 5, you sit in the bank of the river. You start eating them, both sides, chewing. The next person to you, when he's trying to tell you a conversation, regardless of how important it is, you will end up saying, you are not hearing. That is something that we are achieving here in people that we are not hearing ourselves. Take care of the national security, our good brothers. We will try to help them and help the country. In this process, to the removal of Taban in July 2013. It led to the dissolution of the whole government. July 23rd, 2013, and the history is known. There was no any consultation, any meeting. People become enemies to themselves. The reports are daily. Some of the reports, when I get them, I sometimes get shocked. Really shocked. National Security reporting on Ezekiel Elder. We have this meeting here, you knew what. I say, this is the report on me. People are wasting time. In America, if you brought a negative report to the CIA Langley, you are arrested. And an urgent information has to reach the concerned body in less than 15 milliseconds. A report is given that there is a fight, there is a problem in the other. You don't report to the concerned body. Even the President of the United States of America received calls at 3 o'clock in the morning. In the morning in the White House, even his top urgent security issues. What do you call correct? That the President is in a meeting, he cannot get this information. I've never seen anything like this in my life. They are working for the downfall of the President. Some people, not all of them. There are some good officers in the national security that I will talk about. Very good officers. Even my life, I would have lost my life if it is because of them. If it is not because of them. So they are the one who picked me up. The team. We are in now. The investigator, prosecution team called me out. Actually, before that, as Comrade Majak said, us remaining was determined before even the investigation. Because I was kept behind. General Louis Aiden and Majak was the Secretary General. I don't know the criteria if the charge is treason. It is capital punishment. And my background, my 2 years degrees in justice and public policy. My 4 years degree is in criminology and criminal justice. My master's degree is in administration of justice and security. Never seen anything like this in my life. I had an internship in a big law firm in Washington, D.C., investigating drug dealing and murder and money laundering, preparing the evidence to the lawyers to go and prosecute those who did this. One I never seen in my life. They called me out. Turuk Mayan was the head of the prosecution team. Prosecution, investigation, Molan. They asked me, what do you know about this? They call it Kuadam. I call it, I don't even know the name of it. Even remind me of it. when I went to Italy in 1984, December. This incident in Guyana. Because Italy made us to know one another. I used to sell tobacco and salt to market better. Sorry to use this word, but I love the people. Allora, Geriam. This is when I actually learned about them, because I never traveled much. So, very jolly people, nice. But they have a trick that we didn't know. Something called well. Well, I don't know the literal translation of it. So in the market, somebody will say, well. Then everybody on his own, you take everything. We learn about it, in 3 days. That we don't even know the cause of it. And then the victims end up being the four of us. The well people managed to get away. Some of us were sleeping in our houses. I was in his house. Majab was in his house. Pagan was in his house. I was in Numan. It's not my house. In the investigation, I told them, I don't think that is a coup attempt. There was no coup at all. This was my opening statement. Now all of us, we studied the lectures. We know what is coup. And even personally, I'm a Democrat by nature. When we school in America, even the headquarters of the coups in West Africa, it is left off. Coups is not actually acceptable anywhere in the world. Even if you have this dream, nobody will accept. US will not accept, AU will not accept, the region will not accept, nobody will accept this. Why risk it? I don't think that was a coup. That was my statement. In the statement I said the SPLM problems, especially the press release, was meant to address issues concerning SPLM, reforms within SPLM. It has nothing to do with this incident. The last was there is a need for establishment of the commission of inquiry to investigate what happened in Guyana. I signed it. I gave it to Major General. Major General was the one who took the note because we did not write our statement. They took the note. These are the three issues I said: no coup, reform in the SPLM, commission of inquiry to investigate. And I signed it. The rest are questions. Questions that are very, very strange. One question was from Maulana. Majak was talking to Hilda Johnson, and then Allah was talking to Hilda Johnson, that they intercepted. They did not play it here. I think the people who were talking that night alone, with the VI, myself, and Secretary General of SPLO. In that conversation, they asked me why Majak and then Allah called Hilda Johnson. Who is she? Who is she? Is she the president of this country? Is she the commander-in-chief? I said, this lady is representing the Secretary General of the SPL. In that message, Majak was trying to tell her, please They didn't play it because they know that it is an advice to help the country. Please call Dr. Ria and President Salva to really intervene and diffuse these tensions or the fighting that is happening. If I'm lying, you play it. That was the Mayan statement. He was concerned about the country. Mayan did not like it. What is wrong about that? Then I'll say the same thing. Mayan was talking to them, yeah, help me. I talked to Hilda Johnson. Then call Hilda Johnson, same message to Ambassador Susan Page, U.S. Ambassador, to really help. That was one question they asked. Another question was from my good friend Bo. Why Rokon? Why these people came from Maridi to attack Rokon? I say, how do I know? You are in your jail. Also interview me as Ezekiel, don't interview me as Taban or Young Major. Because there is a mix-up. The feelings of some people. Team. I was serious bias toward all of us. There was a statement Majab was trying to say before, and I want to say it because, Francis Madinde had a saying that what is not said is what divides. If you don't talk openly, you will end up divided. Mayan, as we are and here, and I want to say it here. And if I'm lying, you can correct. Why the Nuer came all the way from Low Nuer by passing the village of Nyandeng and Majak, and they did not kill them, and they came and killed from both. Why, if they have no link? This is one of the investigations. Very strange. You should be praying that our people are not killing themselves. You should be praying not to kill themselves. Prove my Okay. All those questions, they omit some, they delete some, tailoring it to Ezekiel, Ayat, okay? Yeah. That's why I was saying my background is criminology and criminal justice. I did a lot of investigation. I've never seen anything like this in my life. Never seen it in my life. The question I don't even want to go to, they don't make sense. A lot of questions they ask, the perceptions that I will talk about it later. It was my statement. The fourth one is evidence. We are accused of treason. In fire squad in the bush. We were there in the bush. I don't know what can be more than firing squad. In America they use lethal injection, gas chamber, shooting. You can choose, but I don't know. Treason and many other charges. I think there are 20 or 30, I don't know. It is like going for fish. You just throw the net into the river and whatever comes, you will actually utilize it and eat it. They throw the treason, murder, insulting the president, insurgency, then I don't even know. Whatever it's possible. I think there are 5 that the prosecution brought. One is the press release that we made a coup. That's why we had a press release. 2 is the flag. It was recovered in the house of Gatkouth through spy or through storming. Third one is the map. Somebody draw a map with the letterhead of the Ministry of Interior, putting the names Gatkouth, Deng, Garang. I don't think that is Garang. These all new names. That intention. And then the paper that we wrote when we were in prison, when the Gatkouth told us what would be your contribution. And the last one is the interceptions. There are 5. On the flag, sometimes I think they have realized that we are not comfortable when we talk about it. This flag, when it was raised in the UN on the 14th of July 2011, our flag, the flag of the national, of the nation, Republic of South Sudan. For us to be a nation, it was a struggle. We were introduced to the UN Security Council by South Africa, co-sponsored by Rwanda. These are the people who introduced us to the UN Security Council. It was approved, and then they continued to introduce us to the UN General Assembly on the 14th of July. And Mauritius made us to use their pole to raise our flag, and at that day, on the 14th, they refused to raise their flag, allowing us, because there was only 92 countries. We are the 93rd. And there is no pole yet put there for South Sudan. Then I thought they collapsed. We passed out when we were called to take our seat in the UN General Assembly. Okay. The head of the delegation was the former Vice President. Then I thought we carry him to see. He was telling me, my son, thank you very much. But I did not know I will reach to this day. I thought I would have been killed, or I would have died. But thank God I managed to reach this day. Even if I die now, we have not cross to the promised land. We raise the flag. Ambassador Susan Rice organized a welcoming party of the Republic of South Sudan to the United Nations in the 22nd floor US Embassy in New York, inviting all the 193 countries, including South Sudan. And we parted there. Our heart is with us. I was shocked. You can see a report like that. United States of America, the contribution cannot be compared to any country in the world. I was a senior ambassador. I will not mention his name and the country he's from, but a senior person one of the big five in the world. In 2009, I met him, trying to lobby for the independence of South Sudan. In 2011, 2 years from now, we are going to have a referendum. We want you to support. He told me, Ezekiel, you cannot be a country. You are primitive. You are peasants. The person who was taking notes from me, Kawaya, wanted to leave the room because this is actually too much for a country to go. When we finished the meeting, my message to that ambassador was, South Sudanese will decide. It's not me, it's not you, but I just want you, whatever they decide, support it. Thank you very much for your time. I left. I called Ambassador Susan Rice. Ambassador, I want to come and see you. He said, okay, come on. I was very disappointed, very angry, but I did not show it. Sometimes diplomacy can change people. I was very calm compared to the mentality with the Nilotics. It was very strange. I went and Dr. Ambassador Rice told her this incident. She said, Ezekiel, and I quote her, don't worry, you will be an independent country. The United States of America is behind you. UK, France, and US, you are on one side. You use your oil diplomacy with China, and China will bring Russia on board. These are the P5, Permanent Security Council members. And it works. And all of these people are witness. 2009, my boss, General Lee, I came together with Luka Manoja, who was the Minister of Regional Cooperation at that time. Then along with the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Sudan. The delegation of Sudan was led by Ali Manda. For you to get into the UN, you need to be given a badge by your country. Sudan refused. General Weah and Luka Manoja, plus myself, all the Then Allah ordered the ambassador to give the badges. Ambassador refused. Then Mahmoud Abdul Alim. The current Vice President, Bakri Hassan Saleh, was the office of the President. He called from Doha, then you need to stick to the delegation of Sudan. Because Juba is none of our business. Then we're very angry. He wants South Sudanese to get inside the building. And he's the Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Sudan, from South Sudan. At the end, we were rejected. Then I thought, cannot tolerate this. I called the ambassador of Norway. I don't know if there are black Norwegians. I called the ambassador of Norway, Your Excellency, we are rejected to get into the UN building. We want you to help us. Say, okay, bring your names. You will be part of the Norwegian delegation. Yeah, I had a guy, myself, Luka Manoja, all the delegation. That's why I was saying if there is a Norwegian blank. We went into the UN. The Sudan delegation was shocked. How did you get there? The ambassador told me that when you get in, you do it like this. I did not get the message, but I realized because we are black and they are Norwegian delegation, it might not add up. So, but we show it to the gate. And we and Luka Manoja managed to lobby the whole world in the UN General Assembly to raise this flag. For us to be accused of changing it, it's even an insult to some people. Those who are accusing us, I don't know their commitment to fight that. I know Boris, the cadre of the SPL, head of the SPL. Even I know he will never agree to this. So we always talk about him. Say this is a very good officer. Even in jail.
Yeah, for your views, or the case that we are here is a case against the government, not against, we are not raising it personally. It is on behalf of the court. I pray to your lordship to direct the accused to address the court, not to address the prosecution panel. And I've been very frustrated to see that from you.
So it's an early starter. The press release, I don't want to talk about it because it's a normal issue. In the party work, the map, I don't even talk about it because we will have an investigation. The international community will have an investigation. This map, the person who actually designed it has bad intention. Because if you open it, all the names there are no names. Karjang, Kalwa, Karwait, Karwa. And in the letterhead of the Ministry of Interior, that means the person who is doing this has bad intention. It is not good for our country. The documents that they got it from me. These got documents. There are two documents actually. The last three was written by me. The top one was written by Kosti Manide. It was basically when we met, I received many delegations from different countries. And our leader was the Secretary General of the SPLM. We are following the hierarchy of the SPLM. The SPLM in detention, headed by Pagat. It happens later on that there is SPLM in opposition, there is SPLM in the government, and I think SPLM in exile. We were asked, they got, and many delegations, because people were concerned. These are ministers, former ministers, leaders of the SPLM. And they were asked, how can we help arrest the situation? The fighting is going on. A lot of killings. Country is free falling. We want you to help. Everybody, Egyptian film, US special envoy, got foreign ministers, presidents of the countries, or president and the prime minister, and many other delegations, even the special representative of the UN Secretary General, Hilda Johnson, came to us. Everybody wanted a solution. What we wrote is what we presented verbally to them. When they laughed, because we were asked that you are going to join the team in Addis as an independent group, we don't want you to be a part of the two conflicts. Provide a solution at the middle ground. That is how we got into the discussions. Madam told us all, and we have agreed to divide ourselves into three groups actually. Was security, governance and political. Then Pagan said, political and governance is the same thing. So let us have governance and security. We divide ourselves into these two groups. We say the security should be tackled by generals. We are at the head, Majab, Gatkouth, and Libya. Political will be headed by John Luke, Austin Manile, John Tong Maya, Peter Agonyaba. He was still with us. And I think that is and then I was the head of the political. Then I was the head of the political. And then me and Chirino, we were given the secretariat to take minutes. Chirino, head of the secretariat, and myself. Then we say, what do we do with other people because they are extra? It happens that Deng Apon and Kamis Abdalatif was still with us in Vienna. We say they can manage the administration. Deng Apon, Kamis Abdalatif. It is there in the document. It has nothing to do with the government or with the SPLM in opposition, or we did not even bring anybody outside from the detention to be part of it. Then we start our meetings. The political met first. I took the notes of the political. Chirino was supposed to take the minutes of the security. Chirino said, now I think you can just continue. I took the minutes. And in that document, it is very clear that we were trying to list what are the security problems that we are having and the solution. What are the political problems that we are having and the solution. And then we end this by saying, Pagan, since he has been the chief negotiator since time immemorial, he will be the chief negotiator of our detention. That was the genesis of the document. It was in the house of Chirino, Then when we were being moved to the National Security Headquarters, or before we moved, in that meetings, all of the security people, they were there. We meet outside under the tree and we take notes. They know that I'm the one who took the notes. When we were leaving, we went to the National Security Headquarters. These notes, they were in my pocket. Right one here. I put them in the pocket. With my passport. They divided our groups into two groups. On this side, Group A was Pagan, John Luke, Kosti, Totong Maya, Gatkouth, and Majab. Group B was headed by Deng Alo, and then VI, Libya, Dr. Chirino, myself, and Kamis was still with us. When they took us, they were searching bags. They said our bags are nothing there. I thought they were searching for alcohol. So sometimes you can sneak in some good things. When they said my bag, there is nothing wrong. They said, Ezekiel, there are documents that you have. You want to see them. I said, these are documents for the notes for Sudan. He said, we want to see that. Then our Lord interfered. He then was saying, yeah, these are documents. You give them, let them see it. No, there's nothing there. Same with Shirino. Shirino was resisting. No, don't give them. Now these are our documents. Now we were asked by Data to contribute. So I give them, then encourage me to give them. Even we are. So these are documents. I give them to one of the security officers, who is a good, very good officer. He said, we are just going to see them and we will return them back to you. I said, okay. I gave them. Even there was another document that in the minutes of the meeting with our presidents, I had it separately beside this. There is nothing treasonable in this document. You cannot write your treason while you are in jail. That's why I was saying it is very. Never actually experienced it in my life. This is the IGA documents. The recordings. In that recordings, three of us. Nothing treasonable about that. Even insulting the president, nobody. Insulting the president. And I want to talk about it. Recordings. Because my good friend Gatkouth presented it way as if we were plotting against the government. It is illegal anywhere in the world to record somebody without the permission of the court. It is illegal anywhere in the world. Last time he said the US even listened to Angela Merkel. He said it here. Chancellor of Germany. That is not true. It's illegal. Even the US did not admit that they have listened to Angela Merkel. And Obama has to apologize if there is anything like this. It is illegal anyway. Even in the US, the right to privacy. If you suspect me of plotting a coup, why don't you actually go to court and take a permission? There has to be a probable cause for you to ask the court that is Ezekiel plotting a coup and I want to listen to all of his communications. This is your right. The court will grant that. In America it is allowed. You go to court, you ask the court, so and so is actually doing drug dealing, he's doing terrorism, he's practicing money laundering, and we want to listen to his communication and his dealings daily. What is the proof of that person doing it? Then you have to explain to court and convince the court, and they will give you affidavit or permission to listen to all the communication. It is illegal. So if they take a permission from court to listen to us. Communication of Ria and Taban. It is the genesis of what was reported to Gatkouth, that there is a problem in the presidential guard, forces of Riek Machar or the bodyguards of Riek. There is another force brought to disarm them. Why they did not play the conversation of Taban and the bodyguards? And they play the one of Uya. Taban was talking to that person, that there is a force brought to disarm us. With the bodyguards of Real Machar. Taban was trying to argue. Don't panic. And those who were informed to tell the president to talk to Riek to defuse this situation. That was the yes to the message of Thomas Roth to be taken to the president. And then after midnight, if you know the Noor very well, Taban was telling the men keep to war. He men bit war, men keep to war. What had happened is this. It is a typical Noor, if you know Noor language, you will let them know what had happened, not men bit war. This is what is happening. This is what had happened. That's why I was very happy with Maulana when he was asking this man, do you know the Noor very well? This is what happened already. It had happened. These people, they were trying to be disarmed. Yamacha told them to break to the store to defend themselves if this is what is happening. Whether it is true or not, those who were there, they know the history and they should be asked what happened.
So you refer to self-government.
It is a part of this. In my conversation with Ambassador of the United States of America, Susan Page, that they have used here, I was informing the ambassador what had happened. There's nothing treasonable. And I was even confused. Who is fighting who? Some people are saying the people are Real Machar, people are who, people are Salva Kiir, people are... No, the whole army is divided into four. People are confused. Even the message I got it from Apana. Somebody called me elderly person. Because normally logistic and the other, you cannot hear bullets. Somebody called me in half an hour, the fight has started. Young Bargazana to Korea. Dinka of Bargazana has taken us back to war. Where? In the other Fijuba. Why? This is how I learned about the fight. Immediately I heard from new side, shooting again. I was informing the ambassador that this is going to happen. There are some people who broke into the store. There are what I'm hearing. Please. That I talked to her more than 3 times. I think they just got only one communication. And it is my duty as an ambassador to maintain relations. This ambassador of ours, who is here with us, U.S. ambassador to South Sudan, is a personal friend to all of us here. He's one of the people who drafted the CPA in my advisor. I worked with her in Washington for a long time. She's actually not even an official friend, he's a personal friend. These are the people who contributed to the independence of this country. People like Jendai Fraser, George Bush, from the Rice. These are friends. Andrew Natchez, Roger Winter, Brian De Silva, Susan Rice, Obama. Our president had 4 meetings in the Oval Office with President Bush. met Obama first. This relationship is a long relationship. You cannot cut it. Most of the people I know them by name, Yale Smith. These are the people who contributed to the liberation of this country, and they would be very disheartened to see us in 2 years destroying what we have built and struggled for. I was trying to look for a solution. If the US can really help. And for your information also, I learned later, Sudan was looking for it. I think they were being chased somewhere in the outskirts of Juba. Please, let us really help. I will talk to the president. This is Susan Rice on the phone with Riek. Because we have lost control. People are fighting. Sorry for watching. Who was seen by the president of the House of the United States of America was President Trump on the 15th of January 2009. January 15th. And Bush told Salva Kiir that I'm leaving the office. 5 days later, Obama was sworn in. I'm leaving the office, but you are in good hands. There is a young lady who is so committed to South Sudan, Susan Rice. Please, get in touch with her. And Obama will definitely always be with you. And you will be an independent country. That were the words. I think Pagal was there in that meeting. US has a very unique relationship with South Sudan. That was the reason why I talked to Ambassador Page. What they have done, 700 million a year in different years, feeding us and the Juba the US. There is no road that is linking us with outside world except US numerous people in the US. It is a very strong relationship that we cannot play with it. They fed us here in the war. Yes, other countries I know it is. UK and many other countries. But US has a strong relationship. As a former ambassador there, I had a very special attachment to this. That's why I called. Taban was calling me to tell me that you go to the embassy. She go back. The world is falling apart. I think this is a literal translation. I said, why? Taban, I talked to him more than 5. I think because Taban was insisting, for your own security, you go to the embassy. Because you are a US citizen. People are wondering, even they say, Yarafi embassy with UK, US, It was just a confusion. They have captured the embassy, they have captured the Biata, they have captured the national security, there is a fight in Budele, it is actually a hell at that time. People were trying to establish what is happening. They played conversation between me and them a lot. That's why I was saying, they didn't even do a good job. That was in July. Joking. And in the world of technology, interception there, I can even do it better than that. My own son, who is 11 years old, he makes movies on his iPad. The communication of 2 years ago, you can insert it. It is like editing a video. You can bring it from anywhere. You can bring maybe capture it, you put Juba, you can do the editing. There is no authenticity of this communication. And even if it is authentic, There's nothing trivial. Paganga basically also saying that people were concerned. In this satellite communication, it is an open communication. Even the interception that they have recorded now, they are somewhere. It is not only this. When the investigation is launched by them, by the international community, you will be shocked. Some people might be caught ordering people to shoot this and to kill this and to kill this community. It is there. It is a satellite communication. It is open communication. The playing of recordings, to me, is very simple. You can do it. It is illegal. It is also played and tampered with. It reminds me of the case of O.J. Simpson in America, the Nicole Simpson. Mark Furman, the head of the investigation team, was the one who was in the crime scene. Brought some gloves, put blood on them, put them in the crime scene, played around with the crime scene. And all of these are evidence that O.J. Simpson gloves they were used to kill his wife or his ex-wife. Mark Furman is in jail now for 6 years. Tampering with evidence. Well, the gloves don't even fit. The crime scene, this man was not there. It was actually a public trial. Tampering with evidence. You cannot charge me with these recordings that I know very well. And it is authentic. There's nothing trivial about that. I'm not guilty of anything at all, even a bit, even 0%. And all of us, we are not guilty. If they want to settle his cause, then that would be a different case. This is not actually the way to do it. Tampering with evidence. For me, all these charges, I flatly rejected them. I don't even deserve to be in jail. If I'm a very angry man, I can take them to court or the government. Sorry for. If I take them to court and there is a serious legal.
You will not.
Okay.
You are doing the official work.
I will go take the government to court. Okay.
It's okay.
Okay. To me, there is nothing you can do about John Garang being the founding father of this nation. This is history. President Salva Kiir is the first president of this republic. There's nothing you can do about it. Lihat baca Waniga dan Marco dan yang lain formanya they have contributed. Nothing we can do about it. Four of us, we are there. Was shot here in Mangal. He had answers. Being here behind the Gatkouth for 2 years, drinking dirty water. He fought for the liberation of this country. Nothing we can do about it. Majaga, the way shot in Joko. This is where the lake of Adonyaba was left. Adonyaba was shot there. Nothing you can do about it. They are historical. Madhubia was shot. Then I was shot in Burma. Mamur was shot. For injuries. Pagan was shot. They are historical. There's nothing we can do about it. And a country which does not appreciate their heroes is a doomed nation. It's a doomed nation. It is very, very hurtful. You can sometimes say you have a coup. You have plotted a coup. They will be the last to destroy this nation. I have done my part. Whatever it is, you cannot get shot by that. And all of you have done your part. Because this nation was brought by all of us. We voted for it. Yes, they have fought for it. But all of us, we voted for it. There's nobody who will be excluded. This story cannot be reversed. There are some people who are not happy when they say, or they hear these are historical leaders. They get angry. There's nothing you can do about it. This is history. And you cannot deny the history of your country. In America, George Washington, and all the presidents followed him. He was the one who said, the president, that no, I'm not going to be the king of the United States of America. I'm going to be the president of the republic. I'm going to actually serve just only 2 terms. I'm going home. And the rest of the people who actually fought together with him continue with him and they became presidents. He did not have children of his own. George Washington. But history did not forget him. He's there in the US dollars. And everywhere, even Washington capital, and when I said I'm going to name after him. And you know it. For me, I gotta repeat, I'm not guilty. We need peace in this country. We should be working to reconcile our communities. What is happening in different parts of the country? Some of us, we cry at night. It's actually very difficult to imagine that in 2 years we are like this. Even myself, if I go to Washington or New York now, how can I explain this to the people that have been lobbying to support us in our new country? How do I explain it? I will even cry. Because it is too much. We need peace. And we are ready. All of us. Killing 4 of us. Nothing. How many people we have lost here in Juba? In Bor, in Maraba, in Benue, Bison, when we see them on TV, we cry. It's not good for our country. It's not good for our country. We need a quick solution to this. And we have a region. President Salva is a good person. If somebody is advising him correctly, he will actually have a U-turn and fix this country. Immediately. Because we have no even strength to fight the region, to fight the international community, to fight the UN, to fight everybody, and to fight us. We need peace. We need peace. Last week, I want to appreciate the national security. National security, when we were arrested, the first day, Bor was the one who provided us with protection. Sorry to say your name. And he was concerned about our safety. First he brought, as a young boy called Jeff, who was the youth, he came, I said, what is your rank? Say, I'm a Malazima. Say, no, we need a senior person. Now, somebody can order you, you shoot them up. He reported to Bor. Bor brought Brigadier Pon. Senior person to come and protect us. Advising us, don't stay out, don't sit outside, because somebody can just shoot you. country is chaos. Then after Kwan, we went to Numili, National Security. We were taken there. Kwan continued with us. And then he brought Polam, Lieutenant Colonel Polam, providing security to us. This young boy back daily with us. He's actually even in jail with us, so he has no freedom, cannot go anywhere. All of them, on even both the day that the shooting started, he never actually go to his house. A lot of shooting, even in the national security. The first 5 days when we were there, every day, they provided security. And I always ask because we will ask, who is this person providing security? I will say, so is a very good officer. I have been with him, I commanded him. He's a very good officer. He always talk highly about both, highly about Kon, highly about Polam, and many others. Never say a word until today. Bad things about us. On the way, so they said he's trying to run away. I'm not guilty of any of these charges. We need to establish a commission of inquiry, to establish what had happened, and who did what. And we need to reconcile to bring peace to the country. It is ours. Nobody will come and fix it for us. I rest my case. Your Honor. The nation about the dissolution of the government. That was it.
Again? البيان الواحد البيان الصحفي صادر بتاريخ 8/12/2013 أي بعد يومين من المؤتمر الصحفي لدى عضو المتهمون المسؤولون أمام المحكمة. 1 2 المستند الذي تم فيه إعلان تأجيز الندوة السياسية
An application. That's right. I want to present an application under section 226 of the Code of Criminal Procedure.